Hey, girl. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Hey, guys. And welcome to another video. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, girl, how the hell are you doing? Welcome. Welcome back. So, listen. These car chats are going to kind of be out of sequence. So, well, let me explain. So, as you guys know, Bay and I in vlog world, so in YouTube world for me, we are currently on a road trip, right? I actually did not, oh, wait a minute now. Was that a crumb? What is going on? I did not do any kind of car chat while we were traveling. I did the one live car chat. If you haven't seen that, click here. But I was live, and I did do a live while I was in Atlanta. And then I did another car chat in Gatlinburg, I believe. Girl, it was so cold. And so now I am back home. As the way I'm dressed, you can see I'm back in 90-degree weather. I'm back home in Florida. But I literally just got back home today. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to do a car chat. Because it was really hard to do. I just couldn't I couldn't find my vibe. While I was traveling, I could not get into my vibe of talking to you guys. And I'll just be honest with you guys. Emotionally, I have just not been in a good place. I was very, very frustrated. And in a very frustrated place. And I didn't want to get on here ranting and raving and not be able to deliver all that needs to be given in the world of the car chat, girl. Y'all need to be inspired. You need to be empowered. You need to be uplifted. You need to be encouraged. Whenever you see me in the car, I want that to be synonymous. And I want it to be synonymous with getting basically your motivation. Y'all remember I used to do motivational Mondays? Well, I want this to be a motivational Monday, a girl talk, a real talk, all of that wrapped up into one and combined into one. Now listen, I am going to start doing emails again, okay? Get down in the description box, or I might pin it in a comment. If you have emailed me and I said that I was going to do a video for you within the last 30 days and I have not completed that video, can you email me again or IG message me on Instagram? I will be having me and my assistant are going to start combing through a lot of these emails and make sure we pick up the ones that I have missed. So if you emailed me and I did not email you back, I have gotten some help now with my emails, so I'm going to be a lot more effective and efficient with the processing of emails. So if you would like to email me. If you would like to do a Dear Joy, or if you have a subject for a car chat, or if you need help with something, make sure to let me know. If you would like to remain anonymous, and let me know what name you would like me to use. Now, with that being said, so like I said, I'm still in the car. I still have luggage in the car. Bay has not gotten out all of the luggage out of the car. So I apologize that this is what y'all have to deal with. I know that's kind of annoying. Let me see. Girl, I got this bag for free from Ulta. I ordered a bunch of stuff from Ulta, and that was one of my gifts. And that is actually a very good bag. Is that better? I'm trying to make it a little bit better. I apologize. Oh, I'm so light underneath there. God, dog, that's such a big difference in complexion. Dog, is that ashiness or is that lightness? Which one is it? That's like 5 different shades. Is that ashy? Y'all, look at that. This is my arm shade and my face. Girl, I'm 4 different shades. My face is lighter than my décolleté. What is this called? Décolleté? What is this called? I don't remember. But my neck is darker. Face is lighter than my neck. And then my arms and stuff is lighter. Girl, anyway. welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your very first time watching a video from me, or if you're new, please let me know down below in the comments. Like the DMs, that is where it goes down. Well, that's the description box, but anyway, you know what I mean. Let me know that you're new. If you don't really feel like talking, because listen, I'm here for it. I understand. Sometimes we just not in the mood. Just put an emoji. Tell me how you feeling. Check in with me. Let me know if you watching. I would like to know where you're from. Just let me know something about you. Let's get to know each other down below in the comments, because even though people tell me to stay out of the comments, I will never stay out of the comments. I'm gonna be down there and I'm gonna be talking to you. So I think that was all of the stuff I wanted to tell you guys. I've been in my feelings. I've been very much so in my feelings. And, you know, so it's been kind of hard for me to get the motivation that I needed to do my car chats. But I think we're doing better. But just know that my vlogs and my car chats are not going to match for the next couple of weeks because of the way that I'm going to have to batch film content. So in vlog world, Bae and I are still on vacation. We probably are on vacation for like 2 weeks. So, I mean, we went everywhere from Atlanta to Gatlinburg. We were in Boone. Girl, we've been some of everywhere. We did go to see his mom. So we're so glad to have given him a chance to see her. And, you know, I like to take a fall trip and I like to take a spring trip. So that was kind of like our fall trip. But I do think I'm going to actually go back on another vacation before the end of the year. But I have to get back to work. I have so much work. That's the only thing, is every time I go on any kind of a break, I feel like I get overloaded with work when I come back. So, but the good thing is, like I said, I have finally gotten some help, which is really hard for me. I just am so used to having to do things on my own. And I'm so used to like not being able to depend on people. I'm so used to like people like disappointing me, committing to things but not following through, dropping the ball, leaving me. Like, I am so used to people not following through that I guess I've just always had to do everything on my own. I've always been like picked last for everything. You know, growing up, people didn't want to play with me. People didn't want to be around me. I was fat, you know. And then, of course, you know, like when you're fat, there's so many other stigmas that go with that. You know, people love to say when you're fat that you have bad hygiene, or, you know, they like to weaponize different lies and stereotypes and narratives about you that are just not, they're just not freaking true. But it's so difficult when you're growing up, and so you tend to have different defense mechanisms. And one of mine, I think, is just trying to over control things, thinking that, okay, if I'm in charge of it, if I'm running it, if I'm in control of it, then I'm less likely to be hurt. Bitch, was that a raccoon? I feel like I just seen an animal. And it wasn't moving like no damn cat. My God, today. I don't know what that was. Anyway, so, sorry, y'all. But I think that, you know, I try to control things because I felt like if I'm in charge, if I'm in control, if I'm the one that's depending on me, then that gives me a false sense of security. And that gives me a false sense of significance. Because now I don't have to worry about being left out in the cold. I don't have to worry about me not being able to depend on people. I don't have to worry about people walking out on me, because that gives me abandonment issues. You know, my dad walked out on me and left me, and then, you know, I feel like my mom died, and, you know, it's like she had me late in life, so I wasn't there for her like during her best years of her life, you know. And I feel some type of way about that. It's like, well, I didn't get to be with her when she was well, you know. I didn't get to be with her until it was, you know, until she was like sick. And so let me just tell you something. If you are a caregiver and you take care of another person, I don't care if it's a child, I don't care if it's a a parent, I don't care who it is. If you are a caregiver, let me just tell you something. You are a special individual. Because let me tell you something. While I was taking care of my mom, there was no one there to help us. We were always on our own. And my mom helped so many people. And when I became a caregiver and I had to take care of her, she was different than she was before. You know, she was very difficult to deal with. Because she was in a lot of pain. She was frustrated. I think she was dealing with depression. And she just was very difficult to deal with. You know, anyone who's a caregiver of an older person, you know exactly what I mean. She want to do things the way she want to do them, when she want to do them. You know, I might get cussed out one day. The next day, we might be best friends, you know. And so it's just very difficult when you're watching someone on the decline. So if you are a caregiver and you are taking care of someone, please know that you're not alone. You have support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And even though people are hypercritical, because that's something I dealt with, is like my aunt, my family members, my cousins, they will all be hypercritical of the things that I was doing and not doing, but very seldom did they step in to help or do anything to help. And anytime that they did step in, it was almost like to basically just talk about what I wasn't doing, or to just be, y'all know how family is. Y'all have family, so y'all understand how that is. But if you are a caregiver or if you're taking care of someone, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. You know, I'm here for you. I understand what you're going through, because that definitely was my life for a very long time. And it's not an easy life. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I was trying to find some lotion because I'm trying to see if I'm ashy, but girl, I can't find none. But let me just tell you this. The thing that I wanted to talk to you about is abandonment. And I think that sometimes we confuse abandonment, right, with what's really going on. So sometimes people will leave you. They will walk out of your life. And sometimes it's for nothing that you did. Sometimes you did some shit. Now, you did. And you deserved it. And they left you. And it is what it is. But sometimes, more often than none, people walk out of our lives because God has better for us. And sometimes we hang on to things, and we hang on to people, and we hang on to circumstances, and we hang on to situations for way longer than what we should. And I know for me that I have attachment issues, I'm sure, and abandonment issues. And so sometimes for me, it works in the opposite though. I have a hard time getting attached to people because I feel like everyone's eventually going to leave, or everyone just doesn't have good intentions. So instead of getting attached to people and then holding on to them and being afraid that they're going to leave, I just don't attach myself. Because I just feel like the times that I have attached myself, I've attached myself sometimes to the wrong people. You know, I've made friendships just this year. I've made friendships where I thought that they were good friendships. I thought I was doing the right thing. And lo and behold, those people were not, you know, they just were not good people. You know, they presented themselves to be something that they were not. And come to find out they just weren't good people. And what I have learned though is, if someone is trying to leave you, don't hang on to them. If someone is walking out of your life, let them go. Let them walk out. Okay? Because a lot of times it's because something better needs to come in your life. But unfortunately, you cannot have those, like, you can't have them at the same time. So you can't hold on to a toxic person and then also welcome in the right person at the same time. Unfortunately, sometimes there's just going to be that period of time where we go through something where we have to realize that it's time to let a bitch go, you know, and you're going to not have anyone immediately to replace them. Because I know a lot of y'all be like, well, you have placeholder situations and placeholder situationships and placeholder relationships, and you think, oh well, I'm just with this person right now, but when I lose weight, or when I get money, or when I get a new job, or when I move, or when I win the lottery, or when I get this promotion, then I'll let that person go. Why are we hanging on to people and situations past their expiration date? Hello? I know you wanna fight me. But I'm just telling you what was told to me. I've done that before. And I think that's what happens a lot of times when, especially with plus size people, I think is that a situation was already downhill, but maybe we just didn't have the strength to step away from it. Or maybe we were using it as a placeholder, and then something happens, and that something that happens is so phenomenal or so detrimental that it just changes your overall perspective on the situation that you're currently in. And I just know for me that I feel like sometimes I grieve the loss of relationships, or I grieve the loss of a situation longer than I should. You know, I shouldn't stay in an egregious situation just because I'm afraid of what it's going to look like. It's like that. It's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, or something like that. Y'all put it down below in the comments if y'all know that saying where they're like, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, or something like that. But it's like, girl, I don't want to know the devil. I don't want to know either way you look at it. I don't want to be in this situation. Like, when you're dealing with the loss, yes, it's difficult when you have a person that walks out of your life and you're grieving the loss. You think you're missing out on something, or you're upset with yourself because you invested so much into that person and you never received that investment back. That's difficult. I know for me that's very difficult. There's been times where I've been in, like, for instance, let me give you an example. I met this person on the internet, and I want to say I met them in 2012 or 2013, and this person was considerably older than me. I met them on the internet. We had been talking for a while. We was having all kind of sexting and all kind of sexy conversations, and I had let them see my picture. I showed them my pictures. They actually messaged me. I had my pictures like all over my page. Let's just say they messaged me on a website, on like a Facebook type website or MySpace type website, right? And they messaged me. We started talking. We exchanged numbers. They called me. We talked, right? Well, of course, I just was loving the idea of being with this person, and I really thought that they loved and cared for me. And I was like, man, we need to meet. Like, I'm really ready to meet this person. And my brother, I know how long ago this was because my brother had just met his now wife. He had just met her, and it was during Thanksgiving, and my family had a Thanksgiving gathering at my mom's childhood church, and I had gotten dropped off, and I wasn't driving at the time. I got dropped off at this movie theater, and I was supposed to meet the person at the movie theater. Well, they get to the movie theater. The whole time, they are like really, really mean to me. I was just like talking to them, and so we meet each other, and you know, this is our first time ever meeting each other. And I of course was so happy to see them, and was just like, oh my God, blah 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 blah. They were, you could tell that they were not happy with me. They were not happy with how I looked. They were not happy with me. They were not happy with... Now, mind you, I never catfished anyone. I never was dishonest with how I look. And in my mind, I had been telling them the whole time we were talking. I had told them, I said, listen, I'm a plus size person. Well, they're like, oh, I know. I saw your pictures, blah, blah, blah. And I have been telling them, you know, like, I'm plus size. I'm plus size. Like, we talk about it all the time, literally. So I never thought that they would not be okay with how I looked or treat me differently based on the way that I look. So we went to the movies. They paid for the movie. We get something to eat. We go into the movie theater. And the whole time we're in the movie, like, they're just acting so rude. Like, they don't want to touch me. They don't want to talk to me. They're just watching the movie, etc., etc. So the movie is over. And we leave the movie theater. And in the movie, I was thinking to myself, I said, you know what? I wish I would have driven here because I wanted to leave them in the movie theater. That's just how bad that they were acting. Like, I contemplated, like, walking out on them and leaving them. The reason why I didn't is because I went to the restroom and left my purse in the movie theater. And I was thinking, this is going to be really awkward because how am I going to leave them when I didn't drive? So I was like, I'm just going to have to go back in here and go through the rest of the movie. So I went through the rest of the movie. It comes time to leave. They give me a kiss goodbye. And I was asking them, because we were supposed to go do a movie and do dinner, right? So when it comes time to leave, I'm like, so are you ready? You know, I was going to get in their car so we can go eat. And they're like, oh, no, I've got to go. Something came up. So I knew they were lying. I was like, okay, cool. So they leave. So they call me. I don't call them. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, that was a waste of the last 3 months or how much ever time we was talking. And so they call me later that night and they're like, oh, you didn't, you know, did you get home okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. What's up? And so they started talking, you know, it was nice seeing you and it was nice going to the movies, blah, 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 blah. And then they made a statement. I don't remember what they said, y'all, but long story short, they made a statement. And I was like, you know, why were you acting so funny? Like, what was wrong? And they got quiet. They didn't say anything. I said, did you have a problem with my weight? Like, I know you didn't have a problem with my weight. I'm like, what? Because I had already been very honest with you about it. Long story short, they were like, yeah, but I thought that you just looked a little bit chubby, you know, based on your pictures. I didn't think you were that big, or I didn't think you were that heavy. At that very moment, once that person revealed to me what they really thought about me, I should have left them. But I didn't. I had feelings for them at that time, and I felt really bad about it. You know, we talked through it. That night, I kind of was like, in my mind, I was like, man, I shouldn't talk to this person. I should let it go. But they kept calling me. The reason why they kept calling me is because they knew in their mind, oh, they wanted to take advantage of me. They knew they didn't like me or wasn't attracted to me, but they saw me as an opportunity to take advantage of me. And unfortunately, because I was young and naive, I didn't see that at the time. We ended up staying together for about 2 years after that. But the amount of BS that I put up with this person and the amount of money that I spent and that I lost on that relationship is just, I could, girl, y'all would be, if I told y'all some of the things I did for this person. Look, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. One of the very first collections that I had on my credit was for a Sprint phone bill, because I purchased this person a Sprint phone on my account because they couldn't get their own phone. I justified it because I was like, well, you know, I justified it because I was like, oh, well, I'll be able to see who they're calling and who they're talking to. Because I already knew they was going to be talking to other people behind my back, which they were. But I justified getting them a phone on my account so I could spy on them. Basically paying for my own pain, right? In the beginning, when I knew that this person wasn't shit, when that person had literally talked to me for 3 months and I had been 100% honest and upfront with them about how I look. I had showed them all my pictures. They knew exactly how I look. And for them to get in front of me and treat me like that, I should have walked out on them, or I should have let them walk out on me. But because I didn't, and I ended up suffering for 2 years, it taught me a valuable lesson that I never had to be taught again. But the moral of the story is, when somebody tell you who they are, believe them. If they walk out on you, let them go. Don't try to bring people back that are not worth and deserving of your time. A lot of you guys always ask me about where do I get my confidence from, which I still don't understand that question. And that question irritates the shit out of me from time to time. But the truth of the matter is, I have fought for my confidence. It's from being knocked down, from being counted out, from being used and abused and mistreated. That's how I got so confident, because I got tired of people and they bullshit. When you get tired and you reach a point in your life where you get tired and you have tried to rationalize what people's crazy and still you end up unhappy, a switch it'll turn on. That's why, if you notice, a lot of older people don't give a fuck. A lot of older people, they don't be on that same bullshit that a lot of younger people be on. A lot of older people, they get it. Because after a while, you get fed up. You just get fed up. So to me, I earn my confidence because I put in the work and the aggravation and the frustration that went along with being insecure. Because if I truly would have been confident when that person showed me who they truly were in that moment, after talking to them all that time, y'all, we had been talking for 3 months. And I'm not talking about talking like, hey, how you doing? I'm talking, this was back in the day. We would be on the phone while they was at work. We'd be on the phone. We would get up. We would fall asleep on the phone. While I was at work, we'd be on the phone. I would have them on a phone, like on a headset, while I was working. And they would be at work. And we'll be working throughout the day on the phone, even though we wasn't talking to each other. We felt close to each other by doing that. Like, we was doing that. We was caked up, booed up, what we call caked up. In my town, we call it you caking up. When you caking up with somebody, you're dating them. And that person had, within that tarantula, y'all know what I'm trying to say, torturous 2 years, that person had tried to leave me. And I was always like, no, let's work out on this. Like, to me, leaving me is by not being a participant in the relationship. And why, no matter what your mouth is saying you want to be with me, but your behavior is not. And I should have listened to what wasn't being said. Not what was being said, but to the behavior. And I made that mistake and I paid for it. And right now, to this day, that is one of my worst relationships I've ever been in. And at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it. And I'm pretty sure that person regrets it. And they regret what they did to me and how they treated me. But I thank God for that lesson. It was an expensive lesson, but nonetheless, it was still a lesson. So listen, learn your lesson from my lesson, girl. Okay? Don't waste your time with people. When they want to leave you, throw them the peace sign and let they ass go. Don't hang on to those people, because you will find that you really didn't want to be bothered with them anyway. It's really not that bad. It may seem like it, but it's not. So listen, girl, I love all of you to the moon and back. This is a very short car chat today. I'm hungry. I gotta go to the potty. I need to get out of this car. It's getting late. As you can see, it's getting late, girl. So I gotta get out of this car. But I love you guys to the moon and back. Let me know down below, has there ever been a time that somebody tried to walk out on you and you ended up being happier without them than you were with them? Let the queens know down below, because they need to hear about your story, and so do I. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We are 75%. Well, really, we are about 80% to where, well, no, we are 85% to where we need to be. And so we are so close. We're going to have a huge giveaway. We have a huge reveal. That 100K plaque, I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to show it with you guys. I want to do a photo shoot. I want to do a really big and do a really big reveal, and then go back to working and grinding. But join the family. You are welcomed here. If you have not already, make sure you sign up for Patreon. Patreon is a place. It's a safe place for those queens out there who are like me. You know, we don't really go to the nightclubs like that. We ain't out here in these streets like that. We're looking for people that's our speed. You know, I want somebody that understands my limitations, that supports me, that I can talk to, that I can grow with. Right now, we're reading together Tabitha Brown's book. That's our book for November for book club. So if you're interested in like a book club, a sisterhood, you know, think of it like a sorority. If you're looking for a sorority girl as an adult, join my Patreon. It's patreon.com/JoyAmor. We have some super exciting, hint, exciting, hint, exciting things going on in the Patreon. And listen, if you just want to sit back and watch, this is not the place for you. But if you actually want to contribute, join a sisterhood and be a part of something greater, get into the Patreon, patreon.com/JoyAmor. I will see you there. I love you to the moon and back. Beauty is a state of mind, not body. My mind's stuck on gorgeous. What are you thinking of? Hello? Bye, y'all. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all, let's get this video to 30,000 views. I would really appreciate it. Let's also get this to at least 1,000 likes, so that way, you know, we can let YouTube know that your girl is lit and that I'm vibes. Okay, vibes. Period. Bye, y'all. I love y'all.